Hello and welcome to this special edition of Lion Pride Sports. I'm Ivy Reynolds as we continue our interview series with spring coaches. I'm here with head track coach Scott Roberts. He's joining me today. Scott, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Okay, we're just going to hop right into this. So 20 plus years, an extensive resume that covers, Alabama, Drake, Iowa State, some high caliber programs. Can you tell me a little bit about that coaching journey and how it ended with you at Lindenwood?
Well, I started my coaching career at the college. Well, actually, I coached 2 years of high school.
Okay.
I was a head track boys coach at Logan Magnolia, which is a little high school in western Iowa. And then the next year, I went and was an assistant track coach, head wrestling coach, assistant football coach at Louisville, Nebraska.
Okay.
And then moved on to Kirksville, Missouri, where I helped out for a semester while my wife was in med school.
Okay.
And then on to Ohio State, in graduate school. I worked with the football team there, and then my first college coaching job was at Drake University. And I was there for a year and got a great experience, got to work with the Drake Relays and all those kinds of things, and then moved up the road to Iowa State University in the Big 12 Conference. I was there the first year of the Big 12, and I was there for 11 years after that. Coached a lot of great athletes there, Olympians, Big 12 champions, things like that, All-Americans.
Right.
And then 4 years with the Alabama Crimson Tide women,
Yeah.
coaching sprints, hurdles, and jumps, and that was a great experience. Got to work again with several Olympians and such. Then I was 1 year at UTEP, University of Texas El Paso in Conference USA. And then I've been here for 6 years, so it's been quite a journey and traveled around the country, and this is my 5th university. So
Yeah, well, we're absolutely happy to have you here. So then from that experience that you have, all those different stops, what are some things that you've taken from each one and carried with you here to Lindenwood?
Well, I think the main thing is it's all about people, and being able to connect with your athletes and being able to connect with your coworkers and everybody around you. And if you can do that, good things are going to happen. And for me, I've always tried to treat people with respect and make it a good experience for the student athlete.
Right. So with that question in mind, what would you say drives kind of your passion as a coach? And along with that, what would you put into words as your coaching philosophy? Well,
I think watching young people succeed is the key, and just something that I really enjoy doing. And seeing a kid that comes in, maybe they're not quite ready for prime time as they start, their journey, but then by the end they're doing fantastic things, and that's a lot of fun to see, and just to see them grow as people. They come in as little kids and they leave as adults and good citizens, and I so enjoy that. And I think it's really important to try to make it a good experience for them. As a coach, it's kind of my responsibility to see to it that they learn the experiences that are going to help them out later on. And some of those experiences, they're going to be ups and downs, and athletics is a great way to practice those skills that are going to be important later on.
Right, and I mean, you have a lot of notable nominations and awards in the academic side of things as well. Is that something that you really push on your student athletes?
Yes, we take great pride in that. When we came to Lindenwood 6 years ago, our GPA probably wasn't where we would have liked it, on either the cross-country side or the track side, and now I think last year our women had like a 3.47, something like that, team GPA, and our men were 3.2 or something like that. So we take great pride in the fact that our kids are really student athletes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So then, kind of going to put you on the other seat, what would you say if you were to ask your student athletes, or I were to ask your student athletes, what type of coach would they say that you are? Well,
I think that they would say that they can approach me and they can talk to me, and that I'm somebody that's going to listen to their needs and their wants and help them reach their goals. I think that my door's always been open for the student athlete to be able to come and talk to me, and I'm I'm always open to trying to help that student athlete in every way I possibly can, and again, help them to learn the life lessons that they need to learn.
Right, well, whatever you're doing seems to be working. I mean, just a couple of numbers here. Last 5 seasons, you've coached the first 21 NCAA All-Americans in school history, first 8 MIAA conference championships in program history. You've had 61 athletes earn all-conference and 43 win all-region. So what is your secret to getting the most out of your athletes and pushing them to that true potential?
Well, you know, we try to make it relevant for everybody. So, you know, when a student athlete comes in, we're not going to put them in a situation that they're not ready for. And so we try to bring them along. You know, we give them a plan to get from point A to point B. It's like a roadmap, and that's what I tell the kids. You know, if you're going to get in a car, you wouldn't just start driving, but you'd have a plan to get from point A to point B. Right. And that's what we try to emphasize is making a plan for them to be the best that they can be. And the one great thing about track and field and cross country is, you know, you're competing against yourself as much as you are anybody else. And we have those markers that they can see, you know, improving on my time from last year, my time from last week, or my mark from, you know, whenever. And so I think that you know, we try to emphasize that and try to emphasize their ability to problem solve and learn and to improve each week.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It seems that everything you're doing seems to be working so far, and we wish you the best of luck this season.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. That's it for this edition of Lion Pride Sports. Tune in next week as we continue our Spring Head Coaches interview series.